This video is the fourth in a series reviewing the 5 phases you need to follow in order to find, register, and complete an internship for academic credit. I will be outlining Phase 4 and the process of requesting your experience in Handshake once your internship verification form has been approved by the Excel Internship Coordinator. If you have not already reviewed the videos that outline Phases 1, 2, and 3, you can find them on our website along with an outline of all 5 phases. You must complete the previous phases in order to be able to complete Phase 4 and get registered for your internship or co-op. As described in Phase 3, your site supervisor will fill out a form outlining the details of your internship position and your responsibilities. Once the form has been received and vetted for all the standards and guidelines surrounding an internship, you will receive an email from Excel. Attached to the email will be the approved site verification form, which will have a stamp in the corner indicating it has been approved by Excel's Internship Coordinator. You will need to upload this PDF into Handshake when you request an experience and fill out your electronic learning agreement to complete the final pieces of the approval process. I will outline this process in more detail later in the video. Before filling out the electronic learning agreement and requesting the experience, you will need to discuss with your faculty sponsor your intended learning objectives. These should be well thought out and created by using the SMART Learning Objectives Worksheet as a guide. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, results, and timely. This is an important part of your learning agreement and will ensure that you are able to meet your learning objectives during your internship. They should outline what skills and knowledge you will be using from your coursework and how you plan to apply them to your internship or co-op. You will need to enter your learning objectives into the electronic learning agreement in Higher Oz by Handshake. If you do not enter them in or they are not well written, it can hold up the approval process. You will need to reflect on and write about your learning objectives as part of the academic assignments required for your internship. Here is a guide that your faculty sponsor will use to plan the academic assignments you will need to complete based on the number of credits you are hoping to earn. These guidelines allow you and your faculty sponsor the ability to individualize the assignments based on your unique internship and background. Your faculty sponsor will enter the assignments in the electronic learning agreement as part of the approval process. The email you receive from Excel will outline the steps that must be completed in order to get registered for your internship or co-op and be able to begin working at your site. Along with the approved site verification form that I discussed earlier, there will be other resources that will ensure the approval process will go smoothly. If you have not already completed all the pieces in Phase 1 through 3, such as the prior felony conviction survey, you must make sure they are completed at this time. If you are an international student, please be sure to share your approved verification form with your international advisor and get a signed internship and co-op acknowledgment form to ensure you meet all the requirements for CPT. The process will not be able to move forward unless this form is attached to your learning agreement. A link to the online timesheets that must be submitted for approval each month can also be found. Timesheets outlining all of your required hours must be submitted and approved by your site supervisor before your faculty sponsor can submit your final grade. You will also find a link to the internship and co-op standards and facts information for your review. A step-by-step guide on how to request an experience and complete your learning agreement in Handshake is attached. You can log into Handshake directly by going to oswego.joinhandshake.com using your LakerNet ID and password. Under the Career Center link, you will find the Experiences box. If you try to complete the process before you have completed all the steps in Phase 3 or prior to receiving the email instructions, you will see the Access Restricted screen. If you believe you have completed everything, contact Excel to check. If you have completed the Phase 3 steps, you will see a blue Request an Experience button. You will need to complete a series of questions utilizing all the information you have gathered about your internship. If you completed the previous phases outlined and met all the required people, you should be prepared with all the information necessary to complete the surveys. Please answer all questions carefully and double-check all information entered, especially email addresses and phone numbers, as any missing information and typos can delay your submission, registration, and ultimately the start of your internship or co-op. At this point, you will need to upload the stamped approved PDF of your site verification form, which can be done by clicking the New Attachment button on the left sidebar. This is also where international students need to upload the International Internship Acknowledgement Form signed by their International Education Advisor. All students need to enter the SMART learning objectives in the tab labeled Learning Objectives that you previously completed and reviewed with your faculty sponsor. This will need to be completed before Excel can kick off the final approval process. At this point, you should let your academic advisor, faculty sponsor, and site supervisor know that you have submitted the request and have them on the lookout for the email from Handshake with a request for their approval. These emails will contain a link which will bring each of them to your learning agreement. They will be asked to review your information, answer a few questions based on their specific role as advisor, faculty sponsor, or supervisor, and indicate their approval. They do not need to log into a Handshake account to complete this process. They should keep this link as this is how they will be able to return to your learning agreement throughout the semester. You can monitor this approval process in your Handshake account under the Overview page. If there are any issues and one of your approvers declines the position, you will receive an email. You may need to go back in and update information. Once the information has been updated, or if you need assistance, you should contact Excel and we will restart the approval process. Once the approval process is complete and you have been registered, you will receive a confirmation email from Excel, which finalizes the process. Now that you've been registered, you can start hours at your site on or after the first day of classes. Please review the Phase 5 video for information regarding the completion of your internship and the academic requirements. We hope you have an awesome internship experience, and we are here to support you if you have any questions or concerns.